What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here. This is Arrow Season 4, Episode 17, Beacon of Hope. If you hear that strange noise, that is my dog snoring. She's very little, makes a lot of noise. Anyway, this is the return of Beth from The Walking Dead, Emily Kinney, Brie Larvin, the Bug-Eyed Bandit, I think is what her... Anyway, whatever you want to call her, she's back. This is 2 episodes in a row where the main villain is very nice to look at. I mean, most of the women in the show, pretty much every woman in the show, and even in The Flash, very nice to look at. But anyway, but she's back. She's trying to get this piece of tech from Palmer Industries, the tech that helped Felicity walk again. She needs it because she's got a tumor growing inside of her, and it's gonna paralyze her soon. So anyway, that's her main plot, and she's using the bees again. Although, did they explain how she got out? Like, we see her at the beginning using the computer to look up bee stuff. I guess she used her bees controlled by the computer to get her out of prison? Maybe? They may have thrown in a line saying something like that, but I missed it apparently, because I'm just like, wait, how did she get out? But anyway, she goes to Palmer Tech. You've got Felicity, Thea, and Donna all there. Meanwhile, you've got Oliver and Laurel, Diggle, and Captain Lance at the, whatever you want to call it, the Arrow Cave. It was a good setup. The way they handle it is pretty good. I think this type of villain really works in The Flash because of sort of the craziness over there, the insanity of metahumans and all that stuff. So to throw this villain into this world, it doesn't fit as well, but the way they deal with it, because it's not a metahuman, it is computer-controlled bees, she's probably one of the villains that could probably go either side. I could see her in either show. So, of all the villains, I think she is probably the best one to use on both sides, although we have seen a couple others that were utilized effectively. But, it is hard to sort of... it's hard to cross villains like this. It's hard to bring a villain from The Flash over into Arrow, because when you really think about it, Arrow's a bit more grounded in reality. It's a guy with a bow and arrow who's got a lot of strength, but not super strength. And even all of his team, they're normal people. They don't have superpowers. Well, Thea, kind of, a little bit. Anyway, but it's hard to cross that with a show where the main character is a metahuman who can run really, really fast. Mach 3 at this point. So the fact that we do have villains that cross over, sometimes it's hard to think about, well, how come the Arrow could stop this villain, but then the Flash is having trouble with him? Or how come the Flash had so much trouble with his one villain, and then they come over to Arrow, and they're somehow able to stop him, even though they're not as fast? And either way, you're going to have some trouble with this. But this character, I thought they did very well to give Arrow team a chance. They're not they are struggling to stop her, but in the end, you've got Curtis who helps out because he manages to create a virus to stop them. The bees, for some reason, create a human that gives Oliver something to fight for a little bit. And of course, because there's electricity involved, Felicity using the lamp electricity was pretty good. So yeah, overall, I would say it was good. It was a good episode. It was a good fight, a good villain to have. However, there are a couple things that I do want to point out. One, this whole Felicity's off the team, she's never coming back, that whole thing, come on. I mean, how many times have we had I'm never coming back type thing? Not even in other shows. In this show, we've even had episodes where Diggle's like, I'm off the team, and he's back. We've had Felicity say before, I'm off the team, and she's come back. We've had Oliver leave Team Arrow, and then come back. You know, they always come back. So I don't know why we are extending this longer than we have to. Why couldn't it just end with her saying, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna come back"? Instead, what we get is she has a bit of fun. She manages to stop kind of the villain a little bit, and then she's talking to Thea, and she's just like, "Oh, we'll make Ray Palmer a beacon of hope." I'm like, or not Ray Palmer, Palmer Tech. And I'm like, you know, I want this storyline to end. We know, based on what we've seen from the future, you know, there was that one episode where Oliver gets into the back of the limo with Felicity after the funeral of, unfortunately, I know who it is, but you know, he gets into the back of the limo with her, which means either they are back together or they're at least back on the, you know, working together. Either way, we know they get back together eventually, somehow, whether friends or more than that. So why are we extending this story longer than we have to? It's getting frustrating. There are quite a few storylines that feel like they just need to stop. The other thing is the revelation that Andrew Diggle is working with H.I.V.E still. Where did this come from? You know? Like, it's an interesting plot twist, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like we've had any build up towards it. You know? Come here. People love to see you on camera. But it doesn't feel like we've had build up to, oh, Andrew Diggle, he's still working for H.I.V.E. How? You know, we saw him being a mind controlled soldier. At least we thought he was being mind controlled. Was he not being mind controlled this whole time? And the fact that Team Arrow took him, it felt like chance. You know, John's running through a building, happens upon this one soldier, fights him, knocks his mask off, and sees it's Andy. That feels like chance. That feels like coincidence. So you're telling me that H.I.V.E really sent him in expecting him to get kidnapped and use him as an inside man? Really? That seems way too coincidental for me. I don't know. Maybe they'll show how it all worked out. Maybe they'll tell us what happened. Maybe, you know, maybe he's still being mind controlled somehow. Either way, it's a plot twist that I'm not going to judge quite yet, just because I don't know how well they're going to handle it. Either way, long story short, this episode was better than the last two, mainly because there was a lot less focus on Oliver and Felicity, and more focus on, oh look, we got a main story going on, or we got an actual fight going on. Last episode we had a fight too, but that one was Oliver Felicity focused. This one's more about, well, this one was still a bit about Felicity, but it's more character development than it is, oh, are Oliver and Felicity going to get back together, even though Felicity has no reason to leave him in the first place? I know, it's stupid, isn't it? So anyway, better episode, still not quite what I want out of this show. Hopefully it gets better. Hopefully they do decide to get back to our main plot. You know, we've kind of lost focus of Damien Dark and H.I.V.E. Hopefully now we can get back to that. Because that's why I watch this show. I want to find out what happens with Damien Dark and H.I.V.E. So, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you thought down below. As always, leave out any spoilers until I've caught up. But let me know if there's anything you want to discuss, and we will discuss it. Leave a like and subscribe for more of Arrow, and also leave a like and subscribe for this little puppy. Okay, I'll see you guys at the next review. Peace out.